Action. Let's go. With the start of using oil as a natural resource to power almost everything, the U.S., along with the rest of the world, took a major step in a new direction. One of the first people to find this valuable resource was a man named Edwin L. Drake, who helped dig the world's first petroleum oil well. Within a century, it became almost a necessity for the U.S. and the rest of the world. In 1859, Edwin hit a large oil vein and started the oil boom, which spread throughout Ohio, Texas, and then the rest of the world. Business boomed and grew even larger with the advent of the combustion engine. Petroleum was then firmly established as a main resource by the end of World War II. Petroleum has made possible transportation by engines, land, sea, and air. With all the production, environmental issues have risen. There have been occasional leaks and have affected the local ecosystem. Today, we will be discussing the opinions of America's foreign oil and offshore drilling policies and American movement to alternative energy sources.
Ever since the 1970s and Richard Nixon's oath to become independent of foreign oil, the debate over whether to keep or cut the flow of foreign oil has been a constant issue in both politics and economics. Both opinions have developed a solid foundation, with one supporting the use and one hammering it down. While much of today's headlines focus on why the country should cut the use of foreign oil, many still stand by the use. Today, many of these supporters stand by the idea that energy independence is detrimental to our need for fuel. They state that with 60% of our oil use being of foreign origin, there would be no way to compensate for the sudden loss of this large amount of fuel. Supporters even argue that some alternatives to the issue would cause economic harm, such as how the large usage of corn for ethanol has caused inflation in the States. Other supporters of foreign oil also fear for the economy. Sam Mustasim, who has worked in energy business for years, claims that by reducing the global demand for oil, we will be negatively impacting our economy. In other words, some are fearing that by limiting our oil usage to only domestically produced products, we are increasing the internal demand for competition, which would thus raise oil prices.